The silent scream of Maplewood Street. In the quiet suburb of Maplewood, New Jersey, life unfolded in an unhurried rhythm. It was the kind of neighborhood where children played soccer in the streets and neighbors exchanged pleasantries over white picket fences, but beneath this veneer of tranquility lay an undercurrent of tension that few could observe. The year was 2013, and the facade of normalcy was about to be shattered by a crime that would shake the community to its core. As the days grew shorter in October, the neighborhood was bustling with preparations for Halloween. Homes were adorned with jack-o'-lanterns and plastic ghosts. Among the residents was 32-year-old Megan McCoy, a local middle school teacher known for her warmth, creativity, and dedication to her students. By all accounts, Megan had established a life many aspired to, a job she loved, close friends, and the upbeat spirit marked by her infectious laughter. Yet behind that cheerful exterior, Megan was grappling with a personal conflict, a turbulent relationship with her boyfriend, Jason Pierce. Friends observed subtle signs. Megan had become quieter, less engaged in conversations about her future. She often brushed off inquiries into her relationship, laughing them off as just growing pains, a common issue among couples. But some of her closest friends sensed that there was more to her struggles. They had seen the patterns of emotional withdrawal and tension materialize, especially during weekends when Jason would visit. There were instances when bruises would mar Megan's arms, brushed aside as minor accidents. On one chilling evening, she confided in a friend about an argument that devolved into pushing and shoving, but she insisted it was a one-time incident, nothing serious. Those who cared for her worried, though none realized the darkness that loomed ahead. On October 25, 2013, a neighbor's dog began barking frantically late at night. The piercing yelps caught the attention of another resident, who wandered outside to investigate. As the searchlight of her phone illuminated the path, she spotted an unsettling scene. The front door to Megan's home was ajar, swaying slightly in the cool breeze. A growing sense of dread gripped her as she approached. It was a nightmare unfolding in real time. When police arrived, they found Megan's lifeless body resting in the living room, a harrowing sight that no one could have prepared for. The initial examination revealed signs of violence, defensive wounds on her arms, and bruises blooming on her skin. She had fought for her life against an unseen foe. Investigators were quick to focus their attention on Jason Pierce. A background check revealed past altercations, including a run-in with law enforcement only weeks prior due to a domestic dispute with Megan. When confronted by authorities, Jason's demeanor was disconcerting. He displayed a calm that belied the gravity of the situation. His alibi for the night of the murder, that he had been at a friend's house, soon crumbled when said friend reported Jason had been home alone that evening. The evidence mounted against him. A forensic examination of the crime scene revealed a bloody handkerchief with Jason's DNA, as well as traces of Megan's blood on his clothing when he was apprehended. As the investigation unfolded, police uncovered chilling text messages exchanged between the couple, rife with anger and desperation. Throughout the investigation, the community grappled with feelings of confusion and betrayal. How could someone who appeared so jovial and kind be capable of such horror? Yet, as friends and colleagues learned more about Megan's struggles, they reflected on their own feelings of helplessness. They had tried to reach out, but the complexities of relationships often obscured the dangers lurking beneath the surface. Jason Pierce was ultimately charged with first-degree murder. The trial revealed a heart-wrenching narrative of domestic violence that spiraled into tragedy. Family and friends of both parties wrestled with the horror of what had transpired, caught in a whirlwind of grief and anger, reflecting on the signs they had seen but failed to interpret in time. In April 2015, after 2 weeks of testimony, Jason was convicted. The courtroom was filled with the weight of silence as the verdict was read. Tensions that had simmered during the trial erupted into tears, both from the prosecution and the victim's family, as emotions poured forth. Jason's fate was sealed, a sentence of 25 years to life in prison, a bleak reminder of a life lost too soon. In the wake of Megan's tragic death, her community recognized a pressing need for change. The case prompted a deeper discussion around domestic violence, spurring initiatives aimed at prevention and support. Local organizations began hosting workshops and creating safe spaces for those in similar situations. Megan's story became a focal point for raising awareness, mobilizing those who had previously turned a blind eye to signs of abuse. As time passed, the memory of Megan McCoy lingered in the hearts of those who knew her. The vibrancy she brought to her classroom and community was replaced by a solemn recognition that not all battles were visible, nor could all cries be heard. In Maplewood, the echoes of her life served as a persistent reminder of the fragility of happiness and the importance of vigilance in the face of despair. The story of Megan and Jason is not just a meditation on love gone wrong, but a stark illustration of the complexities of human relationships, where silence can insidiously breed violence. It calls upon each of us to listen closely, to recognize the signs, and perhaps most importantly, to speak out when we see someone struggling in the shadows. For every silent scream, there may be an opportunity for intervention, a chance to turn tragedy into transformation.